Paul, thanks for joining us for the quite late in the week pre-match interview. If I could start by looking back at the Arbroath game, any kind of reflections on the game that's just been?
As we spoke on Saturday, it was most importantly to go and get the 3 points. We did that with a very good performance and injury free on the day as well. So all in all, a great start to the season. But you know, it's only one game, and we'll have to look forward to the Queen of the South game on Saturday.
How have the boys responded in terms of their training? You know, there were a couple of competitive games, but this is the first league fixture. I know you impressed upon them that we really need to go off to a flyer with the season being so short. Physically, have they held up?
Yeah, the boys have been great. Obviously, it's a wee bit different this year because obviously we were off for 7 months there, so it was a long break for them. They've come back, as we said, over the closed season. Some of them probably got too many minutes too early in the season because of the numbers we had. But no, the boys are looking fit. The boys that have been starting most of the games are looking really fit. Long
road trip, Queen of the South coming up tomorrow. What's the preparation been like through the week?
Yeah, preparation's been good as it was, you know, for the East Fife game and the Arbroath game as well. So the preparation's been really good with the boys. The boys are thoroughly looking forward to the game and try and build on the success from last week.
Have you had any chance to have a look at Queen of the South at all? Seen any of the videos, etc. of them? Obviously they've got their kind of COVID-related difficulties to work through as well.
Yeah, I've managed to watch a couple of their games, their full games. So obviously a lot of new players in that team, but you know, there's still Dobie there, and Gregor Buchanan obviously signed from Falkirk, so they've got experience throughout the team. So it'll be another tough test for us.
And we've got a lot of players that have played down there in terms of recent expedition and the playoffs, etc. Tough surface to function on.
Yeah, it's not the best surface, but we know that before we go down. And as I say, it's the same for both teams. But we're looking forward to the game.
What about injury-related news? How's things coming on? We know that we've seen Frankie last week. I'll ask you about the kind of longer term injury for Dave, how he's going. But any niggles in amongst the boys?
There's a couple of wee niggles. Frankie was feeling his thigh a wee bit, but he's trained Thursday, Friday. Regan Tumulty obviously had to come off on Saturday, the last 15, but he's trained the last couple of days as well. So no, we're looking, you know, along this sort of similar lines as last week number-wise for the squad. Big
Dave said his operation, and obviously he'll be back round about Starts Park. How's he doing? Is he mobile? Is he off the crutches? Is he able to do any exercise?
Yeah, he's off the crutches. Big Dave was in today, so he's been on Monday, Friday this week. So good to see him back in amongst the boys, which is it's good for himself. And we'll just gradually build on his fitness from there. As I say, he's off the crutches. He's walking well, and we'll just build on that in the next month or two.
Maybe more than any other player, we got a lot of kind of questions about Big Dave Mackay because we know that he's a big presence in the dressing room as well. A lot of good wishes for Rovers fans. I'm sure the place is a bit noisier for having him around.
Yeah, well it would be, but obviously with the COVID restrictions, the boys aren't together too much. So it is good to see him back in and about the place. He always has a laugh and a joke with the boys and keeps the place bubbling over.
A departure of really quite significant proportions this week in terms of Grant Anderson. Certainly as a Rovers fan, I don't think there's many of us wouldn't have Grant in our top 10 players over the last kind of decade plus. You'll tell us a wee bit about Grant's presence at Starts Park and how his move transpired.
Yeah, Grant's been fantastic for John and myself. Obviously John brought him here I think in 2012, if I'm right in that one, Davey, you'll probably keep me right. And John just moved on after he signed, but he's been a fantastic player in that spell. Obviously winning the Ramsden Cup, scored some great goals in the Scottish Cup for us, and again, like Dave Mackay, a great guy to have about the changing room. We brought Grant back because we felt he could do a really good job for us last season, and he did. He helped, scored many vital goals, and helped us win the championship. Grant came and spoke to me maybe 10 days ago, a wee bit disappointed at sort of the game time, and looking ahead at Grant's age, he just felt that he would rather move on and play week in and week out instead of being maybe a bit part player.
Kelly have obviously got a good player, but a good guy as well. He'll be a good presence for them.
Yeah, we'll miss Grant about the place, and we know he's a fan's favourite, and obviously with the backroom staff as well. You know, Grant was really well liked, so we wish him all the best, and I'm sure he'll be very successful at Kelty.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be with you on the road down to Dumfries, but we wish you all the best for the weekend.
Thanks, Davey.